Hi everyone! Today I want to show you another sneak peek from the upcoming annual catalog from Stampin' Up. This is a collection called the Birthday Memories Suite, and it's called Birthday Memories because it has really sweet nostalgic imagery that remind me of reading books like the Golden Books to my kids. There are these cute little animals on their way to a party. This reminds me of that turtle named Franklin. I'm not sure if he was a Golden Book, but that little bunny. They all look like I've seen them before. They really bring back memories. This paper is really pretty. You almost hate to cut this up because of the size and scale, but you can, and the back is a really pretty striped background, which I know I'm going to use. But look what you can do with the box, or with the paper. You can make a special gift box that is adorable. And I used the gift bag punch board to make this, and I followed the instructions for a 12 by 12 bag. I did cut off the top, and then I just used the rest of the sheet all as one piece. Really cute. And then I used that trim piece for this card, which has all the little animals marching to a party. Isn't that cute? This was something I saw up on the display boards at the onstage event in Minneapolis. This is a good spot to write your greeting here, or you can write it on the back, but really cute, or you can put a little something up there. So those are the little animals. Here's the little bag. I want to show you some more things about the paper. This looks like the inside cover of a Golden Book, doesn't it? Just the way it's laid out and the way it's drawn, that's what it looks like to me. Little things on here can also be used with the dies if you wanted to. You could cut out the bouquet of flowers or the party hats with the dies. And on the back of that one, here's the animals I used for that one card that pops open. And you can cut out the animals. They're real simple to cut out. They weren't hard. However, the fox is really easy because he has a die. And the pennant that he's carrying has a die. So, and this present has a die. So you can cut some of the things out with the dies. Here's the back of that one. These little poodles are cute, and there's a die for, I'm messing up my dies here. Here's a die for this poodle. Cute. Birthday cakes. And these are so nostalgic looking, aren't they? Little birthday cakes with the big icing. There's a little birthday cake die. On the back is a really cute little chef. I love that little chef. I think he's really adorable. He could be like on some invitations to dinner or something. Here's just a whole grouping of birthday images, and the balloon and the present and the party hat again can be cut out with dies. On the back, a simple pattern that would be great for backgrounds. This little girl is adorable. Isn't she cute? She has a die, and you can cut her out, or maybe cut out an oval with her and the cupcakes all in one shot with your oval framelits. And she's a real sweet thing. She would be cute on a Valentine card too, I think. But she's adorable. And on the back, some really fun birthday cakes. So I want to show you some of the projects I made with the suite. I showed you the bag and this little stand-up card. Really cute, and it still folds flat and fits into an envelope. I'm really big on sending cards. I like them when they can fit into an envelope. So there that is. This card I really think is cute because it reminds me of a book that I read a lot to my oldest son David called Go Dogs Go, and it was these little dogs on their way to a birthday party, or actually it was just called a dog party. but this reminds me of one of the little dogs from Go Dogs Go, and this cake is really cute. I stamped it out and then colored it in. And then we have the little baker. Now here I have him writing on his menu board happy birthday, and it looks almost like he's using his icing gun to write happy birthday. And here's his cake, and that's that background paper. Cute. This is the card that we made at the onstage event, and we were able to try out the framelits to cut out the fox and the pennant. And here on the paper, you'll notice the pennant is actually blank. There are two stamps that fit into that pennant. One says hip hip hooray, and one says it's your big day. It's really cute. This stamp set is actually quite large. It's got a lot of different birthday greetings on here, so you'll get a lot of use on it. There's happy birthday, and then there's like you can do a birthday girl or a birthday boy who's having a party, or for a friend, special delivery, there's a surprise. So it's actually quite a big set. The front is not to scale because they're actually quite large. And let's see, what else did I want to show? Oh, the little girl, she's cute. So here I cut out, I stamped her and I stamped a bouquet of flowers. And I wanted to put that little bouquet of flowers in her hand, like she's got it behind her back, she's going to give it to somebody. So I just used an X-Acto knife to cut around her hand so there'd be a little slit, and I slit the little bouquet into her hand so she's carrying that. And on the inside it says surprise. So I think she's really sweet. I have another video on how I make these oval openings. I think I called it a hollow Easter egg card. You might want to look at that if you want to see how to make the oval. And another thing I made were these Bag-a-Lopes. I haven't made a Bag-a-Lope in a long time, and I was given one by one of my stamp campers, and it reminded me of the Bag-a-Lope. And a Bag-a-Lope is a great thing to have in your repertoire, I guess, what do you call it? Something that you know how to make, because you can make one in a pinch really quickly. And I'm going to show you how to make the Bag-a-Lope. It's an envelope turned into a bag, hence Bag-a-Lope. So let's make a Bag-a-Lope together. Also, if you want to check out my blog for close-ups on all of these cards, it's bethspapercuts.com, and I'll have dimensions for this little cutie. I did not invent this little cutie. I saw it on the board in Minneapolis, so I'm not going to do that on the video, but all of these will be up at my blog, bethspapercuts.com. Oh, I wanted to show you these other things in the suite. Look at these little balloons. They're honeycomb balloons. They open up, and you can put them directly onto the balloons here because they're made to go in the exact size. And you just open them up and they have adhesive right on there. So you can add these balloons right to your bag. I wanted to make sure to point those out on this Bag-a-Lope. I have two. So those are really great for things like bags and tags, something where it's not going to get smushed. I suppose you could smush it if you wanted to on a card, but I think they're cute, nice and fluffy. So let's get to work on this Bag-a-Lope. Okay, for our Bag-a-Lope, I'm going to use this little fox again. I think he's really adorable. Okay, so I'm going to stamp with archival ink. It'll handle the blender pen. So I need to do pennant. And the fox. There we go. And I also need to add some words inside. I'm going to do "It's Your Big Day." I did "Hip Hip Hooray" last time. There. Okay. Let's clear my space here. So I need the pennant and the fox. Now I like my archival ink to dry a little bit before. I don't like to color immediately. I just feel like the color sets and it doesn't get any smearing. So I'm going to let that be aside while we make the Bag-a-Lope. Okay, like I said, it's an envelope turned into a bag, and it's simpler than you might think. The first thing you need to do is seal your envelope. Okay, that's done. Next thing you need to do is get out your paper trimmer if it has a scoring blade. So you're going to need to score on 3 sides, making sure you do 2 of the longest sides and 1 of the shortest sides. So we are going to score, and you can do different measurements here. You can make this a whole inch if you want a different bag. Maybe you can, it's going to be skinnier, but it'll be fatter. So it depends on what you're putting in here. I like to score at 3/4 of an inch because I want it to be perfect for a gift card. You can throw a gift card in there and some chocolate, and it's a nice little bag to have on hand for a teacher appreciation or any such thing. Or these are great party favor bags too, because you don't have to put too much in there, but you can throw some little chocolates and things. Valentine's. This is a great thing to have. Envelopes come in a pack of, I think you get 40 envelopes for $6. So imagine how many little party favor bags you can make. 40. I think it's $6.50. What does that come out to a bag? Somebody do the math. All right, so I'm going to score at 3/4 of an inch. You want to kind of go back and forth a few times because you want that score to be really good. And then you're going to turn it, same 3/4 of an inch, going back and forth. And 3/4 of an inch, going back and forth. There we go. Okay, now on this end, you're going to cut it off. Now this measurement, I'm not super precise. I want to cut at the end, see the envelope flap? Just to make it cleaner, I like to cut that flap so there's not that little angled piece of paper. So I go to just where I see that flap, which happens to be at an odd number. There. And that way, see, I get that whole little part off. And then the top is a nice clean edge. Okay, so now we have makings of a Bag-a-Lope. Here's where you want to bring out your bone folder and go over your creases. So you're going to fold on all your little score lines and really get them good. This is going to help you when you put everything together. Okay, let's do this bottom one. Okay, now this is kind of finesse here. You're going to put your hand inside the Bag-a-Lope, and this is going to turn into the flat piece. So you're thinking, how are you going to make that flat? And I kind of start at the edges, the sides, and make those work the way I want. And then the bottom is going to kind of just fall into place naturally. See how this just wants to flatten out. And here's you're going to want to get those corners really good. See how that just wants to flatten itself out. Now let's do this side. Sometimes you need to put your little bone folder in there and get that corner really good. Okay. Finesse your little corners into place. Now you really want this to sit flat. You know, you want your Bag-a-Lope to sit nice and flat and not tip over. So you need to go back and get these corners as flat as you can with your bone folder or a ruler. Really get those flat. Okay, now these are going to just tuck like this. Okay, the best glue for this, I think anyway, is my liquid multi-purpose glue. It sticks really well.
Okay.
Now my tip for making this really hold nice and tight is I put it flat on the table, and then I drop one of my blocks inside, and that will hold it for a little bit while it dries. And then we can go ahead and color in our fox. So I'm going to use blender pens. I like to use blender pens. I think they're really fun, and you can use markers. On this one, actually, I used watercolor pencil, and I thought I would try to use the blender pen directly with inked for this one. For some reason, I like to do things differently each time. Keeps the creativity flowing. So I'm just using this blender pen directly into the ink pad. I've kind of squeezed the ink pad so that some ink gets into the lid, and you're going to just color as if it was a marker. Now I stamped onto shimmery white paper. It holds up to the process of using this blender pen back and forth, and it doesn't, the paper doesn't pill and get all, I guess, fuzzy. It holds its, stays its shape better. Another thing about blender pens is you get some shading. See how there's some light areas here? And then I can go back and add in the creases some more color to get some shadow. Adds a little more depth to your coloring. The stamp kind of tells you where to put that shadow too, with the little hash marks along the seam, along the back. It looks really good. Now I'm going to speed up my coloring so that you don't have to watch me slowly color this little fox. So the video will get fast and then I'll slow it down when I'm done. Okay, I'm back. I finished my coloring. I was interrupted while I was coloring, so the camera kind of cut off, so you didn't see me finish, but I finished coloring with the blender pen, and you might have noticed that I changed colors with the blender pen just by scribbling on the side to get the ink off the blender pen, and you can just keep using the same pen to do all your colors, which is really cool. And now I'm going to cut them out, so you've got a framelit for both. I'm going to do this off camera since I'm using the big shot cranky machine, and I don't want to, just don't have the space here. I know I can do it, but anyway, I'm going to do that off camera. Okay, here are our pieces, and we can go ahead and finish the Bag-a-Lope. I'm sure it's dry by now. So I'm going to go ahead and use some scrap paper that I've cut just on the bottom. When you score at 3/4 of an inch on the Bag-a-Lope, you'll get this size here at 2 7/8. So you can use a piece of scrap paper to go ahead and add a little bottom to your Bag-a-Lope. Just kind of finishes it up a little bit. And I'm going to lay this guy down. There. Now on this one I didn't add a little topper, but you could if you wanted. I saw this little scrap laying around, so I just made this 2 by 2 7/8, and I scored it right down the center. And inside your little Bag-a-Lope you can add some candies and a gift card if you want, or some cash. It's always good. And go ahead and add your topper. And Stampin' Up sells these really cute little golden binder clips, little mini binder clips. I just went ahead, whoops, and put that right on top. Another cute thing you could do is there's all kinds of shaped paper clips and things like that. And I just used a little bit of this new ribbon to tie a little bow. And there you have it, a sweet little Bag-a-Lope. These are so simple and fast. You can just do something simple with a little flower and be done too. So it's a great little item to know how to make. And I hope that you enjoy the Bag-a-Lope and give it a try. And like I said, you can stop by my blog to see all these other projects up close and get dimensions on these. And subscribe to my channel for some more upcoming sneak peeks. I did one on the Wood Words and Wooden Crate bundle and the new Daisy Punch, so look for those in my videos as well. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.